Our guy, Leroy, the Black Ninja Turtle, chiming in with this one. We appreciate your contribution, Leroy. Who needs to step up and be our wide receiver core for Carson Beck?
Everybody. I mean, there's talent on that side of the ball. We've recruited really well. We need guys to step up. Ray Joseph, superstar from Miami Edison, was committed to Clemson. He's one of the few players to decommit and flip somewhere else to stay home, and was a touchdown waiting to happen every time he touched the ball, punt return, kick return, reverse reception, whatever it was in high school. I need that guy. I need that explosiveness again. And this goes back to a thing that Justin DeTavio has talked about on the website for a long time. Fast players from high school get to Miami and don't look fast anymore. And I don't know what that's all about. But I need Ray to step up. I need Malachi Toney to, come to the forefront and try to make a name for himself. I need JoJo Trader to take a massive step forward. Because if everybody's saying that, it was okay that, Jeremiah Smith went to Ohio State because we got JoJo Trader, brother, you got a mountain to climb to make that a close conversation. And I don't think it's a close conversation, but to close that gap and to be the guy that everybody was saying, oh, it's okay not to get that generational dude because we got this other dude. That means I need that dude to step up. I need everybody in the room. And you got guys, in the freshman class who are stepping up, Josh Moore, Dalen Upshaw. I already mentioned Malachi Toney. They've come in like veterans into the spring, into, as early enrollees and things like that. Hey, honestly, I'm in a similar spot in my San Diego State dynasty on College Football 25. I'm in the year 2051. I'm the 2051 recruiting class, 2050 season. I have 12 receivers who are all rated between 89 and 84, with the slowest of them being 94 speed. And I say that to say, I don't care which one of these players in the room makes the plays, because there's plays to be made. And there's a lot of dudes who can go make them. Similarly to Miami, I don't know that we have a superstar at the top of the roster. Now, CJ Daniels coming back off of injury, you want him to be in there as well. You are going to want your tight ends to take a step forward, like Elijah Lofton, like the Bauman kid coming over from Tulane. I'm still bullish on Brock Schott. I think this kid is a superstar on either. You put him at defensive end or tight end. I think that kid is something different. And then you got guys in front of him, even, who are still on the roster. Look, there's a wealth of options. I'm at the point where I'm not necessarily, except for CJ Daniels, because you got him as a transfer, so I know that you paid him sufficient money, right? Outside of that, in terms of value, the return on investment and the value proposition, whoever steps up to the front, make the plays. And, if it's so I'm not necessarily tied to any specific name of a person as long as the job gets done. I didn't even mention Anai Carr, who's another player who, was supposed to, highly rated recruit. We got away from Georgia, and Colquitt County to come down here. There's plenty of options. I just think that everybody needs to take a step forward. And then, eventually when we get to the fall, that's when we're going to have tree shaking. Sorry, that's a music or band term, like when you shake the tree and the fruit falls and whatever remains, or, that's the kind of thing. So yeah, in the spring, let's see some of the technical development. Into the fall, we're going to get to tree shaking, and, whoever can hoop. And I'm not tied to really any name except where I need it to be CJ Daniels, because if we're paying you the kind of money that I believe we're paying you, then we need to get, a return on that investment.
So based on what I know, and based on what you just said, it sounds like if you were going to make a wager on who's going to be a first-round pick or an All-American, then that's Trader, that he is the highest ceiling.
Yeah, from receiver, I would say, yeah. I mean, there's the, additional year on the time horizon for the freshmen incoming, and have heard really good things about them. But right now, I would say Trader. He's a freak athlete. He's incredibly skilled. And, guys, when he was at Chaminade, the thing was saying, it was a similar conversation, but not the same. If you remember, between Dalvin Cook and Joseph Yearby coming out of Miami Central, that Joseph Yearby was the complete back. Right now, Dalvin Cook is the athletic freak, and if he can put together the skills of being a running back that were lacking in high school, then he can be differential, right? I think it's a similar thing with Jeremiah Smith and JoJo Trader. He was saying, this is the kid who would always make the circus catches. His skills and things were crazy. And Smith was the one who was the physical freak. And he just kind of hulked up on people. And then you go to college, and similarly to in the other analogy, the one who was the physical freak with who needed a little bit of polish, all of a sudden turns up freshman year, polished in a mug, and the other player is not as athletically dominant, but still has elite level skills. So a similar but not the same kind of comparison. But yeah, everybody knows JoJo for a reason. And between him and Nikar and Malachi Tony, again, you got Ray Joseph, who was all over the place. Like, this kid was a walking highlight in high school. We haven't seen that. And I know he was blocked by Restrepo, the career-leading, receiver at Miami, at his same position in the slot. Now, ain't nothing but space and opportunity for number 5 to go out there and do work. So, yeah, but if I had to say the most talented, the combination of experience and talent and potential right now, today, I would put JoJo at the top of that list.
Falconer coming back with this one. Miami will win 100% in 2025, the centennial year.
The centennial year of the University of Miami. That is correct. I just got my email today to RSVP to the centennial celebration of the University of Miami, founded in 1925, as you can do the math there. But yeah, a very exciting year for the U. Lots of great things going on. I just retweeted something from the School of Music, the jazz faculty and students doing great things. A top 3 non-conservatory, probably a top 1 non-conservatory jazz program in the world. Top 3 non-conservatory music school in the world, or in America at least, going with Indiana and USC at the top of that list. So Juilliard and Berkeley, those schools that focus only on music, those are conservatories. Now I'm talking about from a component of a larger institution. Hey man, there's a lot going on. I saw some stuff from Rasmus, the Marine School of Atmospheric Sciences and Study. Have a couple good friends who have masters and doctorates from there. And hopefully this football program and athletic department will take a step forward as we celebrate the centennial this year, starting with the baseball team, who is going to start hitting balls. Well, they've had their practices, but the ping should be ringing out from Mark Light Stadium here soon.